Hey guys, it's Stephanie with Simarchy and welcome to a speed build of a family home for Aveline's shell challenge. So I love these shell challenges. I used to do what was called the Furnish Me challenge, where I would build shells and I would have people furnish them and decorate them, but I would do most of the outside, including like the windows and the roofing and the doors, and I would do the floor plan, and sometimes I would do a little bit of landscaping, and those challenges were like really cool. They were really fun. They got really popular on my Twitch channel, but they got way too popular to the point where I just wasn't able to handle live streaming the touring of the videos. And we were getting like up in the 100 count for submissions. And I have to admit, I got a little bit tired of doing that. Even though I still love building houses more than anything, I just got tired of challenges. But there's been like a new spin on the challenge called the Shell Challenge, and the first person I saw to do this was Little Simsy, and she basically built a shell without any of that, like no roofs, no floor plan, no landscaping, no windows, no colors, nothing at all, just an empty shell, and said, you know, go for it, have fun, just don't touch the walls. And so when I saw my friend Aveline, aka Rosa, do the challenge, I was so excited because I had a lot of fun with that. And as much as I like building the houses on my own, I also like just taking just the shell that someone created and having fun with it and seeing what I can make out of it. I have a lot of fun playing around with the roofs and trying to figure out, you know, what I would think would be the front, the back of the house. I did actually flip this lot around quite a bit on several different lots till I settled on this one in Newcrest. And yeah, so that's how I got into this challenge in this video. And I actually have to admit, Rosa, I am so sorry. I did not actually watch your video, so I hope I didn't break any rules. The description did say go ham, so I figured, you know, it should be fine as long as I didn't touch any of your walls or add on to them on the outside, which I obviously did not. But I'm really sorry. I will go back and watch your video afterwards. I just saw the picture. First, I saw the video come up on my YouTube subscriptions and I saved it to watch later. And then I already like looked at the shell and was like, wow, that looks cool. And then I was on Twitter and she posted it again and I was like, oh my God, this shell is calling out to me. It's kind of late, but I'm really in the building mood, so I sat down to make this video. It's like 9:30 at night now that I'm recording this. I'll tell you about my day in just a second, but first I want to introduce myself because I always suck at doing this. I fail at doing this to like the middle or the end of the video. At least we're still in within the first few minutes. But if you are new here, my name is Stephanie, also known as Simarchy, and my cat Lexi is going to be making lots of noise in the background. She is really upset. She is hungry. I will tell you more about her in a second and why she's acting like crazy cat. But if you hear scratching and meowing, that is why. I have the story coming up. But yes, I'm Stephanie. I am a self-proclaimed mermaid. I love The Sims. In fact, I'm probably a little too obsessed with The Sims. I also love seahorses, unicorns, rainbows, kittens, and the color pink. Those are a few of my favorite things, just so you get an idea of my style and aesthetic and the things that I love. And I am a full-time Twitch streamer, so I'm normally over on Twitch, normally building. Sometimes we get into gameplay, but for the most part, I love to build. And I stream on Twitch Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. Eastern to about 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you're ever bored and want to come hang out and chat and, you know, just talk to us, we're a really friendly community. I try to read every single comment, and it's just a cool place to hang out and play The Sims or watch me play The Sims. A lot of people like to play along while we're chatting and having a good time. The link will be in the description, or you could just go to twitch.tv/Simarchy. And I do have this YouTube channel. Obviously, I've had this for quite a few years. I don't post here as often as I used to, but, you know, when the mood strikes, like this challenge spoke to me, when the mood strikes, I will have some speed builds and such coming. So hopefully you'll enjoy this, and hopefully you'll want to stick around and hit that subscribe button. I do have, oh my gosh, how many? Close to 1,000 videos at this point. So if you do want to watch any speed builds or house tours, or there's a couple Let's Plays as well, definitely go click through my library and see if there's something you want to check out. And also I want to tell you guys how much I love Aveline, aka Rosa. She is super freaking awesome. I actually met her in person at Sims Camp and EA. Was it Sims Camp or EA Play? It might have been both. I think I saw her at both. And her friend, also my friend, Kristen Marie, Probably some of the coolest people that I've ever met through the simming community, as well as my friend Heather, Arson Girl Gaming, so shout out to her as well. Those are probably a few of my favorite people that I talk to almost on a regular basis, I would say. I talk to them pretty often. But yeah, Rosa is just, I don't know, she's super cool. She is an amazing builder. Obviously, if you're, actually, you might not know who she is. If you're coming here, you might not know who she is. Aveline is her channel name, and she makes some of the most beautiful, breathtaking builds I've ever seen. She does a lot of family homes like I do. She does a lot of just beautiful houses, and you guys definitely have to go check her out. Give her a follow, tell her I sent you if you didn't know who she was, and if you're here because of the challenge or from her channel, thank you so much for coming to join me. I will have her link in the description as well. If for some reason I forget, call me out in the comments. I will put it up there. I tend to forget things like that. So just be like, hey, Simarchy, you forgot Rosa's link, and I'll put it in there for you guys. So I planned on talking a little bit about this house, but honestly, it's a family home. It's traditional. It's pretty much the same thing I always build, a traditional family home. I'll just let the speed build talk for itself, and I'll go over the screenshots at the end. I've never been one to sit and just talk about the house. I don't have that type of attention span. So instead, let me tell you about my day. So as I was saying, poor little Lexi, my kitty cat, she had to go to the vet, and she had to go to the vet to get her nails trimmed, but also because she's had a bit of like a, I don't know if it's like a rash or scabs or, you know, something on her back. And a vet had looked at it a couple months ago and said that it was from fleas, but she doesn't have fleas. So I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe it would go away on its own, but it hadn't. So I had a new vet, or a different vet, my old vet, check her out today when I got her nails trimmed, and she basically said the same thing. She said it could be an allergy. It's most likely from fleas. Even if she doesn't have like a flea infestation, she could have just had like a flea bite and it's irritating her, and that's why she's scratching so much and, you know, scabbing. She's making like her skin scab from scratching it so much. And so she said part of it looked like it might start to be getting infected, so she shaved it down. She gave her a shot. I'm still not clear if the shot was like an anti-allergy thing or an antibacterial, antibiotic. I don't know what it was, but she gave her some sort of shot and said it would help her. And she told me to put her on a flea treatment, and when we bring her in next time to cut her nails again, we'll see if it's cleared up. So poor little Lexi had a rough day. She already hates people. She hates getting the cat carrier. She hates going to the vet. I literally have to trick her and like grab her two paws, her two front paws at the same time, and grab her two back paws with my other hand and slide her into her cat carrier like sideways. And oh my gosh, she's running around going all crazy now. I literally fed her like 3 times tonight. I don't know what's wrong with her. I usually only give her 1 can of cat food, but I feel really bad about her horrible experience at the vet, so I gave her 1.5 cans, and she's still hungry, so I don't know if I should give her another half of a can or what. I don't want to overfeed her because she used to be diabetic, but my God, she's driving me nuts. So when they took her to get her nails clipped, of course, she was screaming and crying and clawed up the poor doctor and the nurse, whoever was helping her. And then they put her back in her carrier before the doctor came to look at the scab on her, and we couldn't get her out of the carrier. I mean, it's hard enough to get her in that thing, but if she doesn't want to come out, it's almost impossible to get her out. So we're like trying to turn it upside down. We're trying to pull her out. It's just impossible. She's just screaming and crying and scratching us. So finally I like reached in and I grabbed her 2 front paws again and just kind of had to hold them together and get her out of there gently. I tried so hard not to hurt her or scare her, but she was like extending her paws every which way, just being like, no, you're not getting me out of this carrier. So she's traumatized now. She's a bit traumatized. The entire day she hid basically in my closet. She like found her way in there. I don't even know how she opened the door, but she opened the door somehow, went in my closet and was sleeping there. So I decided to just leave her alone. And I knew she would come out at feeding, but I fed her literally 1.5 hours ago. I don't know why she's still acting like this. So lots of love for Lexi in the comments. If you guys can send my kitty some love, I hope she calms down a bit and she can sleep well tonight. But I love her so much. I want nothing but the best for her. So it sucks taking her to the vet. Oh God, she just climbed on my chair. I'm so glad I don't have face cam on right now. Oh my God, she's going crazy. I never ever want to freak her out, but like I have to take her to the vet to get her nails clipped because she won't let me do it myself, and she gets ingrown nails. So like it's a necessity. I have to do it. As much as she hates it, I have to take her to the vet to get it done. So I hope she forgives me. But that was just the morning. Okay. So after the morning, I spent the day streaming and we built my childhood home, which was really fun. I really enjoyed doing that. Although anytime you're trying to recreate a house from real life, it just never matches up. The floor plan's never right. The space is never right. It's either too small, too big. Like, it just never makes sense. So I had a bit of a hard time, but once it was done, I was really happy with it. And I was glad that, you know, we went back and recreated that. And after the stream, I went to dinner. I went to a Chinese buffet, and I tried to bring my dad along because he normally, like, he won't go out. I try so hard to get him to do anything, go anywhere with me, and he never wants to do anything. So I figured luring him to his favorite Chinese buffet would work, but it didn't work because he had eaten already, he ate dinner already. And I was like, darn it, I'm craving Chinese though. So I went anyways, just had a little nice dinner by myself. And like I said, I still had the building bug. So the entire time I was just thinking of building. So when I got home, of course, you know, I started to build. You know the rest is history. But yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say something else too, and now I totally forgot because I don't know. I never talk about what I want to talk about in these speed builds. It's just a bunch of random mumbling. So I don't know. I don't know why anybody watches these. So if you're watching, I do appreciate it. So yeah, I guess we could talk a little bit more about the house now. I did imagine 2 kids living here, maybe a younger one, maybe, you know, 7, 8 years old, and maybe a kid who was a little bit older, like 12, 11, maybe about to hit their teenage years. So that's kind of how I furnished this room. The green and blue one, I figured would be for a little bit of an older kid. That's why I put the lab set in there. And I thought the other one would maybe be for a younger child, the pink one. I did make sure to give them some stuff in the backyard. They don't have a ton, but they do have a swing. Well, I guess they do have a lot. They have the swing, the monkey bars, and the pirate ship. So plenty of space for them to hang out. And then there's the big pool area for the parents to lounge around, have friends and family over, lots of shading with all the umbrellas. And you saw the downstairs, of course, as well. I don't know. It wasn't anything special, just something I just threw together. I don't know. Sometimes I'm super inspired, and sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to throw some stuff down and see how it works out. And I think this one came out cute, though. It's not my favorite house I've ever done, but I don't know. I try to experiment with some colors I don't normally do. I guess I failed, though, because I used a lot of pink and blue, and I still used a lot of pink and blue in this. But I used a lot more beiges and browns, which I don't normally build with. I normally build with, like, a lot of white. So I am proud of myself. I hope you guys like this house. It is, of course, available on the gallery if you want to download it. Hashtag Simarchy or user ID Simarchy123. So there's a better shot at the yard and the pool. And oh my god, I love those base game windows. I wanted the house to look pretty realistic, so I put lots of different little closets and things around the hallways. I thought that was a perfect spot for the dining room because it had that beautiful bay window overlooking the pool. Here's the kitchen. Like I said, nothing special. I just kind of laid it out and gave them a little coffee corner. I would normally clutter it up a bit more if I had time, but I was just kind of rushing through it and realized how late it was. So I was like, oh, I just need to finish this now. There's the pink room, the green room, and I definitely like landscaping and stuff more. Like working on the landscaping and the floor plan and the outside of the house is what I spend the majority of my time on, and then the rest is just quickly furnishing. So thank you again for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Wait guys, before you go anywhere, don't forget to click over here to watch new videos and click on my face when I disappear to subscribe.